Welcome to Voice of Cards. Good afternoon, or should I say evening, morning. Morning? At any rate, I am the Game Master. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Before we begin, there is something I must tell you. You see, my job is to draw you into this world with my voice and cards, which is why I believe it best for you to play with the sound on. In fact, I insist on it. However, as you can see, my voice is subtitled, so you can always read along as well. Now then, are you ready? Let's begin. Welcome to Voice of Cards. You are about to take the first steps of your adventure. Through a realm of sword and sorcery you will travel, battling bloodthirsty monsters as you strive to realize your ambitions. I have every faith you will accomplish great things here. I am merely a witness to your exploits. Now then, your departure draws nigh. May your journey be a safe one. We begin in a cave. The surrounding rocks are slimy with damp. It feels as if some foul creature could leap out from the shadows at any moment. Yet in this horrible place gathers a fellowship of 3 adventurers. One is a young woman. You can tell just by looking at her, she enjoyed a good upbringing. Another is a stoic warrior. He stands at the ready, scanning his surroundings for any sign of threat. Last but not least is the old man. He has a sagely air and gazes into the darkness stretching out before him. These adventurers seek a certain treasure hidden in this cave. Adventurers cannot leave without finding that treasure. An iron door towers before you. It has rather conspicuous handles. The stoic man takes hold of the handles and pulls as hard as he can, but the door doesn't so much as budge. The stoic man winds his leg back and lets fly a powerful kick into the door. As his foot connects, the door trundles to the side, so it was one of those sliding contraptions. Something leaps out at the fellowship from the darkness. And fight. These adventurers have seen their fair share of battle and defeat their attackers with ease. As the trio approaches the treasure chest, an awful rumbling resounds deep in the cave. "You shall not have it," a voice growls. Before the wary trio appear creatures the likes of which they've never seen. Excellent. young woman edges around the monster's bulk to stand before the treasure chest. There is treasure inside, no doubt about it, but it's locked tight. The woman withdraws a tool that looks nothing like a key. Spoilers, it doesn't open the lock. The woman slides the simple key into the lock. The chest clicks open. Inside is what appears for all the world to be an ordinary medicine bottle. At last we've retrieved the royal treasure, the old man says. The woman and warrior exchange a nod. Their quest complete, the triumphant trio put the cave behind them. This is Castle Advent. Queen Nilla reigns over the kingdom from within its walls. In the crowded audience chamber jostle all manner of knights, adventurers, and bounty hunters. The white-robed adventurers stand close to the throne. A palace guard calls over the tumult, "Be silent! Her Royal Majesty graces us with her presence." The cacophony ceases the moment Queen Nilla enters the chamber. Seated upon the throne, the Queen faces the crowd. Her lips part. "Thank you all for heeding my call to slay the dragon. Whatever it takes to defeat this reawakened evil, I ask that you do it. Whomsoever conquers this beast will be honored for ages to come and handsomely rewarded." At that, the gathered crowd cheers loud enough to shake the castle's very foundations. "Leave the dragon to us, Your Majesty," say the white-robed adventurers, as if the beast's demise at their hands is assured. "Indeed, you did well to reclaim the royal treasure," the Queen replies. "I thank you, for my stomach becomes most upset without it. So the treasure is a staple of the royal medicine cabinet. It puts my mind at ease to know the Ivory Order offers its aid in slaying the dragon. The trio are disciples of the Ivory Order, a charitable organization beloved the realm over. Indeed, anyone would think this illustrious trio the heroes of our tale, but they'd be wrong. So we just gotta slay the dragon and we'll be drowning in gold." The man trails off, drooling over unknowable fantasies. Beside him, a strange creature lets out a chirping coo. Pay attention, because this is important. There he is, or there you are, I should say, the hero of our tale. A humble bounty hunter. You love little in this realm more than coin. A seemingly tedious fellow who doesn't hesitate to claim the title of hero for yourself. When you heard about the quest to slay the dragon, it was the promise of reward that lured you to the castle. Now then, if you wish to officially register for the hunt, see me so I can get your signature. You wonder why you need to sign anything, but head for the guard anyway. Shall we? We of the Ivory Order will be the ones to restore peace to the land. My colleague made me come along, but he didn't mention we were going on a quest to slay the dragon, she says, trembling. You'll need tough gear if you're going to beat the dragon, the man tells you. Keep your ears perked. You never know what you might hear that'll lead you in the right direction, the man says. You think. The man takes one look at your companion and shrieks, "Monster!" You think the dragon's really as tough as they say? Asks the man, his knees knocking together. That reward for slaying the dragon is as good as mine, barks the man. If the heroes of the Ivory Order are hunting the dragon, he's as good as dead, says the man, relief spreading across his face. The Ivory Order trio stands before you. They seem not the most approachable of parties, but... You inquire about their identities. We are disciples of the Ivory Order. It is our duty to aid the realm and its people however we can. The Order's principal focus is developing medicine to distribute to people throughout the world. They begin blathering an answer to a question you didn't even ask. Sensing a long lecture ahead, you seize on the first chance to extricate yourself from their presence. You try to speak to Queen Nilla, but a guard blocks your path. Figures a nobody bounty hunter can't just walk up to a queen and start chatting like they're best friends. Go talk to the guard on the left to sign your name on the register. Sign here, says the guard, handing you a pen and paper. You sign your name. After you've signed, the guard motions to the strange creature beside you. The monster, too. You sign your companion's name as well. Mar. Mar, your friend and sometimes traveling companion. Though he can't speak the human tongue, he seems to understand it well enough. Thank you. Now we'll know what to have engraved on your tombstones. Can't ask the dead what name to mark their grave with, after all. The guard chortles. You want the reward as badly as you don't want to die. You figure you better make some strong friends. I am one of the guards charged with the castle's protection. I take not a single step from my post. You'll need tough gear, the man says, wandering off. Never know what you might hear that'll lead you in the right direction. The man wanders off somewhere, muttering to himself. You ask him to team up, but he refuses angrily. I ain't splitting the reward with nobody. You weren't planning on sharing either, so you don't try to change his mind. Before you even open your mouth to ask him to team up, he cuts you off. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll let the order handle this. Me, I'm heading home. No way am I adventuring with anyone who keeps that sort of creepy company, he says. You've yet to find any help for your quest. Things don't look that reassuring as they are, but the decision is up to you. Offer to join forces with the Ivory Order trio? We select few are sufficient to defeat the dragon. We require no additional aid. And we certainly don't require the aid of a no-name wastrel. With that, the trio takes their leave of the castle. Asking Queen Nilla to join you is beyond preposterous. Better not even try. Let us depart. We have a realm to save. He grabs his less than enthused colleague by the wrist and drags her off. You catch a glimpse of the terrified look on her face, and then the two disappear out of the audience chamber. The castle will close to visitors shortly. Please be on your way. You're shooed out of the castle. In the end, you set out, just the two of you, to hunt the dragon. How may I help you? The proprietress inquires. Will that be all? The proprietress asks. A weapons merchant accosts you in the street. Despite he speaks to you in a voice barely above a whisper. You want the most powerful weapon there ever? He conspicuously checks his surroundings before revealing this weapon of apparent renown to you. To hear him tell it, this is a legendary weapon, and one of its kind at that. It can be yours for 20,000. You can smell the scam a mile away, and yet the aura of this weapon does have something of the legendary about it. You open your coin purse only to find you don't have 20,000 gold pieces. No money, no sale. He tucks the weapon away once more. The old man kindly warned you of the dangerous monsters outside of town. The child says you should see Nexton as soon as you leave the castle town. You peek inside the carriage shop only to hear the owner call out that they're closed. Guess you won't be making use of them after all. The door is shut tight. You spy a keyhole on it, suggesting the existence of a corresponding key. Before you stands a sign calling for people to join the hunt for the dragon. Earlier, you saw the bit about the handsome reward for whoever slays the dragon and hightailed it to the castle. A woman stares at the sign, transfixed. Her face curls into a scowl as she notices you. "Monster!" the woman cries and flings magic at Mar. Startled by the spell, Mar grows dizzy. You gather the dizzy Mar in your arms and glare at the woman. "This ain't a monster," you growl, as the woman snarls over you, "I hate monsters." The two of you bicker for quite a while. In the end, the woman admits she may have jumped to conclusions, but stubbornly refuses to apologize. Inwardly, you call her unsavory names as your attention shifts to a different topic of conversation. Turns out she really hates the dragon and would love to take him down with her own two hands. But she knows she's no match for him alone, so she's at a loss for what to do. When you tell her you're after the same thing, she squints down her nose at you. "Fine," she says. "I can help you." She's a little annoying, but you are looking for quest companions. "I only want to see the dragon dead. I don't care about anything else," she mutters. You overhear her remarks and grin without thinking. Then you don't care about getting a share of the reward. That suits you perfectly. You happily join forces with the black-clad woman. She introduces herself as Melanie. She tells you she is a witch, but says nothing of why she hates monsters or what grudge she bears against the dragon. "Welcome to Nexton," hails a man. The man doesn't respond to any question except to parrot back his original greeting. "How may I help you?" the proprietor inquires. Will that be all? The proprietor asks. The woman tells you she's so terrified of what might happen if the dragon attacks the town. She hasn't been able to eat. The man helpfully advises you take the opportunity to purchase equipment and curatives while you are in town. A woman sits hunched over by the side of the road. Upon catching sight of you, she calls out for your aid. She's sprained her ankle and needs you to take her to the nearby apothecary. You try to lift the woman into your arms, but the weight's too much for you to bear. You lay the woman back down where you found her and mutter a quiet farewell before turning to leave. Upon seeing that, Melanie snaps. What kind of person are you? Ain't like it's my fault she's hurt, you whine like a child. Ignoring you, Melanie gingerly helps the woman up. Mar bends so the woman can get on his back, and the two of them head off in search of the apothecary. You watch them walk away for a moment before following, complaining to yourself about what a waste of time this is. You arrive at the apothecary. After taking a curative, the woman begins hopping up and down. Nothing holds a candle to Ivory Order medicine, she beams. She thanks you and pulls something from her breast pocket. You've helped someone, albeit not quite out of the goodness of your own heart. It might be a good idea to do that again, should you come across anyone else in need of assistance. Nothing holds a candle to Ivory Order medicine, proclaims the woman, swigging this cure. It seems the majority of the world's medicine is made by the That's probably part of the reason the Order has so many ardent supporters. The girl says if you follow this road northwest for a bit, you'll come to Thryston. Apparently a monster researcher lives in Thriston and might know something about the dragon. It seems you've learned all you can here. Time to move on. On your way to defeat the dragon, are you? The innkeeper gives you a room free of charge in a show of support for any and all who wish to defeat the dragon. The party leaves the inn feeling rested. As your eyes roam everywhere but the path you walk, you barrel right into someone. When you turn to see who it is, you see the Ivory Order trio from the castle. Winifred, are you all right? The sagely old man asks the woman, voice full of concern. I'm fine, the woman called Winifred replies. Thank you, Hedwyn. Berwyn, the old man calls, turning to their stoic companion. He jerks forward, as if to defend Hedwyn and Winifred. The trio advances on you. How dare you treat disciples of the Ivory Order with such disrespect? You fall to your hands and knees, pressing your forehead to the dirt in supplication. I offer my life as restitution, you sob. Winifred stares at you, bewildered you would go to such ridiculous lengths to apologize. Muttering a half-hearted apology, you try to keep walking, but that's when you notice something in your hand. Looks like you accidentally grabbed Winifred's coin purse when you ran into her. Thief, bellows Berwyn, drawing his weapon. Guess you've got to fight your way past. Don't worry, the coffin cart is down, but they're still alive. The Ivory Order laid you out flat. The Ivory Order trio looks at you like they can't believe such a weakling would even try to hunt down the dragon. Taking pity on your ineptitude, the Ivory Order trio uses their magic to heal your wounds. We mustn't tarry any longer. To the monster researcher of Thriston with us, Hedwyn urges his companions and the trio depart. Aimless wandering can be fun, but if you want purpose and direction, I'd suggest sticking to the path. With a whoosh of displaced air, something shoots across the path right in front of you. What is that thing? Crossing your fingers that some free medicine's just fallen into your lap, you glance over and lock gazes with a monster. It turns on the spot and starts charging toward you. More and more monsters join the first, all stampeding straight at you. Worst medicine ever, you grumble, earning consternated looks from your friends. Fortune favors the bold. Lying in the grass, you find an old telescope. You figure a look at the path ahead can't hurt, and pick it up. Peering through the lens, you see something in the distance, but you can't tell exactly what. All you know is there's something up ahead. You should be able to tell for certain what it is if you get closer. You leave the janky telescope where you found it and make your way cautiously toward what you saw. Looks like some monsters prowling about. You channel the inner champion of justice you never knew you had and decide to throw down with the monsters. You sheathe your sword with a braggartly flourish, flashing a smug grin at your friends, but no one's looking at you except for Melanie. The exasperated sigh she heaves rings loud as a shout in your ears. Don't hold back. Nice work. You spot a small sign off to the side of the fountain. It reads, "Toss in some coin to have your wishes granted." Your eyes mad with desire, you unleash 300 gold pieces on the poor, unsuspecting fountain. You watch the water grow still. Silence. It dawns on you just how much money you've essentially thrown away. You wordlessly fall to your knees. The shock is taking hold now. You catch sight of something shiny in the grass beside you. Coin. Sweet coin. Someone must have dropped it. You can't walk on water. Nice work. Trees bearing very solid-looking nuts whip to and fro in the force of the gale. This doesn't bode well for you. One of the nuts flies off a branch and smacks Mar right on the head. Poor Mar clutches the spot, eyes tearing up from the blow. Looks like it. You did great. You pick up a scrap of paper dropped by some manner of monster. It has a message scrawled on it in crude lettering. Clearly, whoever dropped this message did not want to forget where the stolen treasure is hidden. You stash the scrap of paper in your pack and resolve to keep an eye out for the treasure on your travels. Don't hold back. A thick fog impedes your vision. You surmise this is in no small part why they call it the Bewildering Wood. Many a brave soul has set foot in this wood, only to be swallowed up and never seen nor heard from again, the traveler intones gravely. They also tell of a certain tool one needs to get through this place. And fight. A message is written on the sign. Seek out the fourth stela hidden deep in these woods. And fight. Excellent. Nice work. You hear a beautiful melody flowing from the forest depths. It sounds like singing, or perhaps birdsong. As if drawn in by the voice, you head deeper into the forest, where you find a woman playing a stringed instrument. "Why won't the right words come to me?" she laments, her fingers stopping on the strings. Hearing her sigh, you offer to help her with her song. "Very well then. Please finish this verse," she responds, then begins to sing. You imitate Mars' mule, but the woman just tilts her head to the side in confusion. You pity the poor soul for not comprehending the sheer cuteness of your dear companion. In the end, you gain nothing from the exchange and leave the woman to her song. You have found the southern stela. You smack it and hear a sound off to the west. You'd best head that way next. You've already investigated this stela. If memory serves, you heard a sound off to the west when you hit it. Let's do this. Your body is soothed by the gentle tone. It feels as though your fatigue has somehow washed away. The man sighs, realizing he may never be able to escape with his current tool set. found the northern stela. It doesn't look particularly special. You resolve to touch it anyhow. You've already investigated this stela. You touch it once more, just in case. Yep, it's still a rock. You shout the words in a loud voice. The woman's mouth hangs open, wide. The words are so plain, perhaps overly so, which is precisely why they pierce the heart, she says, your cheap words somehow resonating with her. She entreats you to let her use your lyrics. Imagining the royalties, you happily agree. About the enemy. Nice work. Fortune favors the bold. Uh-oh. That was lucky. That was lucky. As you listen closely, you are struck by a sudden dizzy spell. You sense a presence. The grass rustles, then a monster slowly shows itself from between the blades. It's a harpy. Realizing you've been caught in the harpy's trap, you ready your weapons. some time after that, you find yourself trembling at the mere sound of a bird's tweet. Let's do this. Good work. You have found the Eastern Stela. You see the words Melody of Fortune chiseled into the corner. You've already investigated this Stela. The words Melody of Fortune are rather conspicuously chiseled into the corner. Don't hold back. The next Stela is, you hear someone murmuring. It sounds like a man, but you can't really be sure in these woods. I need to hit the Stela every single time I want to go home. Ah, what a pain, the frowning woman sighs. Don't hold back. You take a peek inside. It seems like the harpy hasn't startled. The monster flaps its wings and flies away. You find some coins scattered about where it stood. Don't hold back. That was lucky. You come across a gaping hole in the ground. A sign beside it depicts a piece of armor, followed by, "Do not drop this in the hole." It's only human to want to do exactly what you're told not to. However willing you might be, you don't have the armor depicted, so you walk away. You come across two men sitting on a rock. They take no notice of you or the party, but you can hear their fervent discussion. You listen in and deduce that they are a pair of thieves. You lean in, trying to hear what else the thieves are talking about. I hid the goods. Head south just before the bridge. No, whatever ye do, don't go into the bewildering wood. It sounds like they've just told you where to find their stolen loot. You hastily grab a scrap of paper, write down what you've heard, and quietly sneak away. That was lucky. Congrats. Round 5. About the enemy.